Hi friends, so today I want to show you top 5 mistakes I see people make with their low end that are jeopardizing the dynamics and the groove in their tracks. So I will show you the ways to avoid those mistakes and good practices when creating low end. We will go over things like proper frequency distribution, having the right length of each sound. I will show you how using too much delay or reverb can wreck your low end and what are the best practices to actually use those delays in a smart way. We will also go about having the right volume for each low end element. So at the end of this video you will know all those mistakes and the way to avoid them, so you will be equipped with new powerful knowledge when you will be creating your next tune. If you don't know me yet, I'm Michał, and over the last 6 years I've been helping music producers learn music production techniques, find their own voice, and unlock their creative process for creating and finishing a lot of tracks. I run 2 music production communities where me and my team, we work with over 70 people, helping them finish tracks and uplevel their game. Over the last 3.5 years, our students have finished more than 800 tracks. If you want to learn more about our communities and the way we can help you elevate your music, check out the links in the description. Alright, let's jump in. Alright, so our first mistake will be linked to people having their bass line being too low. Let's listen to this example. So you see, let's look at what we have. First, let's look at our kick, which kicks at G. So if we have kicking at G and our bass line kicking at G as well, we are having really a lot of sounds in the same zone, in the same timings. You see, it's like this bass, even though it's short, it all occupies the same frequency spectrum. Yeah, let's add EQ8 so we can actually see it better. So in my opinion, it's better to have bass line slightly higher, at least like 5 semitones, 7 semitones above, to create a lot of better dynamics and better separation between kick and bass. So if we would go from G to, for example, A sharp, this will be only 3 semitones. I think it's better. So this is our G. Let's actually duplicate this and compare all of those 3 so you can judge by yourself. So this is our G, then our A sharp, and then raising to C. Once again, C with G. G. I think this is like I can feel, and from my DJ experience, I know those tunes is like there's like a lot of mud when you have this type of bass line. When you have it at least, so if kick is kicking G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If kick would be F, then A sharp, B would be safe zone. Like having, for example, kick at F and bass line at G, this would be hard. The way you can go around it would be, for example, to have maybe the bass not being so dense. So maybe having something like that, yeah, could work. For example, because you have G kicking here, then there will be a gap, and then you could play another note. So maybe this could sound like that. Let's listen. This can actually be a good idea as well. Yes, but the main idea is not to have those kick and bass notes squashed so much, because there is not much space in the low end. Maybe I should start with that, but you see, in low end, when you start like with a C0, 33 Hertz, I'm seeing this over here. So this space, you see, it's pretty a lot of space for just one octave, yeah? And when going up, you have so many octaves and so much space. So you have to be really cautious because there are frequencies overlapping each other. They are very close to each other, so they need space. This will elevate your basses 100% sure. Okay, so let's go to another example. And with this one, I wanted to emphasize the proper length of each sound. So in this instance, we have really long bass, really long kick, you see. Let's look at this sample. You see, it's almost 400 over, almost 600 milliseconds. So it's like, and when we combine this with bass, there is not enough of the air. So there is not enough of gaps. There is not enough of space. And this sounds like again, like a mud. So to contrast, I have another kick which is shorter with the same bass line. No, sorry, let's try with the same bass line. Shorter kick. Let's compare once again. Again. Another thing that apart from having some sort of like a space and air in this instance is that really long kick takes a lot of dynamics. So I will talk about it at the end, but just know that really long notes in the low end will take a lot of dynamics, and you cannot get that much dynamic groovy, like really focused track if you have a lot of low end, really long notes. So using short notes, in this instance we used the kick that been only, it's like only 180. I've made it even, and especially with higher tempos. With higher tempos you really want to have short kicks. Because if you would play a long kick, then you would have to have the bass line really, really higher. So this long note only occupies the octave, for example, the C0 octave. Yeah. Another bit is that people are using too much delays. Yeah. So let's turn on echo on this example. And you can instantly hear, like without. And maybe this might sound cool, but it will take up a lot of space once again, and will make this feeling that this bass is not this precise, it's not in the middle, so it doesn't have that punch, because it's like diluted by the delay. So let's compare it with and without. Much more focused, mono. And especially on the sound system, when you want to have this separation, like a kick, bass, clap, open hi-hat, like the good rule of the thumb is to have them in mono, so they like kick properly, and then have this spacey sounds around them. So, but So I prefer not to have it like that, definitely, or maybe like that then, with to 0. But another example could be that you have this type of sound. So we have a sparser pattern, and without delay it doesn't sound well, but now it sounds cool. Like we have this cool delays, there is this groove going on, I like it. So how we can make sure this will still translate properly on the big sound system and in, for example, I don't know, JBL speaker, which is pretty monophonic, or your laptop speakers. So it's like using utility or here adjusting the stereo. So I would do something like that. So you see those repetitions are not like right and left everywhere, or doing this like that. That's better, but the best way would be actually to have these notes play without the delay, so they are really dry, and then you have return channel with this delay, and you will send this So this is the cleanest way, and especially with the bass line, to make sure that you have sounds that are mono, that are dry, and then you have this wet sound that is being like mixed to this sound, and you don't lose that punchiness that comes in with having dry, no processed sound. All right, fourth mistake I'm seeing with low end is people are using too many layers. Yeah, so I have this example. Let me just, yeah. So this is our low end. So what do we have? We have kick. We have the same bass line but with different pattern. We have this kind of like, and then we have this tom-toms, which we don't actually, and then we have sub bass. If we listen to all of those on their own, they're nice, yeah, why not? Nice, nice. So for me, it's more about those two layers. It's the kind of like a Q&A. And then if I would like to add another layer, I would have to be super cautious not to create like overlays with the ones I have. So in this instance, I could see that this tom could work, but only if I would play it on the second half. So in the first half, I have this part. Then on the second half, I have gap, so I can play this low tom. Let's see. Yeah. So I like that one, but for me, this one is like too much. Like too much already. With sub, I can barely hear it. I'm not getting anything. So for me, it's I delete it. I would rather have less sounds and less energy, less dynamics in the low end, being so like, you know, dense, than to have too many sounds just so I can like barely hear it, or maybe know that the sound is there but not clearly hear the difference that the sound is making. So this mistake is like using too much sound, and again, it's better to use less than more in low end. Like you can repeat that. If you have any doubts, use less sounds. If you don't hear a difference really clearly, don't use that sound. Don't use that layer. That is valid for low end and for many other layers as well. Okay, so then we have fifth mistake, which be not using the proper gain staging. And let's, in this example, like I can hear that this bass line is taking a lot of space, maybe like with different kick, for example, with this one. Oh yeah, and this one is louder. So you see, with this one could say that it's okay, but I know it's too much. And with this one, there is this cool tool called MV meter. If you don't know this, check out MV meters. MV meters help us like to measure how much energy there is in the low end. So if I would solo only a kick, I can see that this kick is taking a lot of space, like compared to this one. Yeah, this one is shorter, that's why it takes up less space. The same example here. And this one. Yeah, again, I'm getting this dynamics like of this energy falling almost down and getting back. So this creates dynamics, yeah? It's louder, it's quiet. It's loud, it's quiet. It's loud, it's quiet. Here we don't have that quiet part, yeah? That's why it doesn't have dynamics. So we want to have dynamics. Here there are dynamics, but the sound is too loud. So good idea is with techno having it around 2, 3. Like with band music, they were kind of like striking to have the bass and the kick around 0. With techno, it's pushed a bit further. And I've checked that with mastering engineers who have said to me that my low ends are really good, well balanced, because I don't like overdo volume. So I would do it like that. And then when you have another layer like this bass, for example, you want to make sure again you are hitting like 3, but then you have this dynamics. You don't like, this is bad because we are not getting enough push to the quiet parts. Yeah, so now I will have to do it like that. Maybe this is the right volume, and then another sound. Too long, too long. Okay, and then another one. Yeah, maybe a bit too much. That's okay. So this I would say it's more balanced than the ones before. So alright, my friend, that's it. I show you top 5 mistakes and the ways you can work them out, you can avoid them, you can inject some good practices to elevate your low end and your tracks to the next level. If this was useful, let me know in the chat, leave a thumbs up, and make sure you watch this video on your left side. Till the next time, bye.